Hey y'all. Hey guys and girls on Ask Japanese, it's Kathy Cat, and today we're going to talk about surprises that sooner or later you will meet when you come to Japan. So let's find out what they are and let's go. Oh, and guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and leave a like. Let's do this. As you guys know, I love dressing up fancy and go to fancy, beautiful cafes and have a nice cup of tea with some nice Japanese sweets and treats. And it's just a lovely atmosphere and there's some nice music playing. And then the music isn't so nice anymore because sometimes in Japan, they're actually showing or playing music that's uncensored. It might just sound as a nice background music to some people, but I can pick out the words and they're explicit. Listen to a couple of songs where literally I couldn't focus on the conversation that was going around with my colleagues because there was some very heavy sexual content playing on the music at the same time. So imagine the situation, I'm sitting in the cafe and it's so nice and it's such a posh cafe. In the meantime, they're playing, "Oh, I love you, even though you're such a oh, I love you, but I wish you didn't sleep with that dude. He's a total but I still love you. Oh, I love you. You're a bit of a but hey, that guy's a bore." And while that song is playing on the radio of that cafe, I'm supposed to keep a straight face and my colleagues are having a serious discussion and I can't focus. So many people think that when they come to Japan, they're going to find like-minded otakus who watch the anime, listen to the music, or know the idols and bands that they do, or maybe even the same games they're playing. So many people are expecting to find like-minded spirits here, like-minded otakus, and unfortunately, that is not so often the case. So when I came here the first time, high school, that's when I was like, okay, lots of people must know these and these animes. They're pretty old by now for most people. Or people don't say they watch them at all. So there's gonna be this awkward moment when people just go like, そうなんだ、すごいね。でも俺見てないんだ. That happens a lot. But because Japan is a culture and a cultural environment where harmony is so super, super important, what happens is that people will still find a way to praise you for that. So they will say, "Oh wow, that's amazing that you know so much about that anime that I don't know anything about," or "You know more than a Japanese people knows about that. Wow." But it's actually not really that good. Many people take it as a compliment without realizing is that they're kind of leading the conversation in a situation where the other one just doesn't know what to say and gives compliments. Of course, some of them are genuine compliments, and that's great. But it also shows a lot of people don't know what you're really quite talking about. So just saying, that's great that you know so much about that. Wow. I have no idea what you're talking about. Of course, if you're lucky and you find like-minded fans of the same games or music or groups or, anime, manga, TV shows and such, that's great. And then you can definitely have a great conversation. But always keep in mind, not every Japanese person is an otaku or a big fan of something. So if you have a lot of passion and they just don't know it, it's the same thing as if we bring the same passion to someone at home who doesn't know it. They're going to be a lot more polite about it, but you're just gonna, confuse them a little bit and they're just gonna go, that's great for you. Yay, thanks. So depending on the situation, it might be appropriate or not appropriate to gush about your favorite anime waifu or husbando, and in other situations, it really might not work. So maybe check out the situation before you totally go into your geek face and tell them everything that you know about that certain thing that is from Japan that you think they might know about. But, for example, if you go to a cosplay event or like anime manga event or maybe join a club, then that is totally fine. Then certainly let the geek come out, because the geeky self needs to be released. Release the geek! You might have already heard it in other videos that we have filmed, but English isn't as wildly spread in Japan as some people think it is. So sometimes you find some funny English, they call it pronunciations, words, or actually sentences. I love sometimes going to the 100 yen store and looking at the funny things that you can sometimes find. Like one of my notebooks said, "Why do you use the sensible notebook?" Stuff like that. Now, this is not to mock Japanese people. I am not an English native speaker myself, but I really enjoy sometimes when things are slightly misspelled. I find it incredibly cute and I love it. But sometimes it throws me off a little too or takes me a little bit by surprise. For example, hello.
Hello, welcome to Ask Japanese Hotel. How can I help you?
I have a booking. My name is Kathy Cat. Could you check?
Okay. Okay, please a moment.
Okay. No worries.
It might take a bit time, so please sit down.
All right. To be honest, the longer you're here in Japan, the more you kind of are prepared for the slight language changes and the pronunciation changes. So I don't actually even really hear that much anymore. I think the first time I came, I was sometimes confused. And also, I'm not an English native speaker, so it's even harder for me to understand. Some of the pronunciations that some Japanese people struggle with, the C and the she, the L and the R, and the TH, which, let's be honest, quite a lot of other cultures also have problem with pronouncing properly because the TH is this is very difficult for this, especially for the Germans. So for me, like, the first time I learned the TH, it was very hard. So all you English native speakers, please come with an open heart and open mind, and don't judge people too harshly if we don't understand or pronunciate the English language the same way. Japan can also be very unpredictable with lost items on the roads here in Japan. Now, there's some common ones that you might find in your country. Broken umbrellas, empty bottles, flyers and magazines, cans, dirty shoes, and such. Now, these are some of the common things you can find, but in Japan you can find some even more unpredictable items. Here are our top 10. Number 10. Erotic manga, sometimes in trains, sometimes on top of train tracks, and sometimes just blatantly on the street. Why? Number 9. Kids' shoes. As you can see right next to me are the mamachari, the mama bicycles. And those ones become little mama buses because on the front, on the back, and sometimes strapped to the chest are kids. So these mama buses are going around Tokyo. And if the kids maybe take off their shoes by themselves and lose them, the mom might be too busy driving the bicycle and keeping the other kids safe to realize one of the shoes is missing. Key holders and phone charms of mascots, Hello Kitty and her friends, and many, many more. For example, the whole crew of One Piece or Demon Slayer. You will find a lot of those lying around on the streets when people drop them, and what often happens is people will pick them up and put them up high so the kids or the adult person who lost them can find them easier. Number 7, keys. Sometimes just by themselves, sometimes some cute strap. Generally, bicycle keys are the very common ones because a lot of people have their bicycles here in the big cities. But sometimes even house keys and mysterious keys. You quite don't know what they're actually for. And then people try to, again, put them up or hand them into the nearest koban, which is a police box, and there the police will take care of it. Before, as well as especially now, you can often find now face masks lying on the floor, and sometimes they're really nicely decorated one. There was once a really frilly one, and the director thought it was a pair of pants, but it wasn't. If you get some toast, sometimes on top of toast there's a little plastic thing that looks like a half square ring that holds the plastic together for the whole toast set. Those ones you see a lot. You find them everywhere. It's like little things that look like a square with a circle in the middle, and they're here, there, and everywhere. Especially in my house, they're somehow everywhere. I don't know why. Bottles of different drinks and stuff you can find everywhere, but in Japan, a lot of people just drink tea out of plastic bottles. So if you see some plastic bottles lying around, the likeliness that they're green tea is quite high. Number 2, one of the wild streets of Tokyo. You can find the wild items really often. They're usually frilly, they're usually girly. Female underwear. You find a lot of that lying around on the streets of Tokyo. We want to know why. Why? Why? banana peel. We don't know why there's so much banana peel all around, generally in parks quite a lot. Never seen a person eat a banana just like that in Japan. But the peel, you can find it. It's just like Mario Kart. Why? A head. Like one of those heads that people used to practice cutting hair on. Yeah. Let's try. はい、すみません。すみません。唐揚げくん一つをください。ありがとうございます。When you get some food in Japanese convenience stores and supermarkets, you generally get some chopsticks with it, and with this one here, the karage-kun, the fried chicken, you even get a little toothpick. And guess what? Chopsticks generally also have one toothpick right in there. So, let's see. The general problem that I'm faced with is that I never use the toothpick, and it even says, the toothpick in this package may hurt your finger. Can you see it? 英語もちゃんと書いてあるよ. So in the end, you don't really end up using the toothpick. And what happens if you have those at home, they sometimes fall out of the bag like this. And then they land on the floor, and then you step on them by accident. That's happened a couple of times. I don't need them that much. They're a bit more of a hazard, at least for me. いただきます。There are a lot of goods in Japan that have the title Otona no, meaning adult, but it's generally food, and it's kind of for the quiet adult taste. Let's find one of them. Instantly found this one here, Otona no Shokora, adult chocolate. Another reason is generally that Otona no is to, for example, what you're grown up and you're still having chocolate and stuff like that. Usually, Otona no is less sweet, and it's aimed at grown-ups. But it has nothing to do with being adult. You can have them at any age, whether you're 18 or not. Ikko taberu? It's just the title. It has nothing to do with naughtiness. There can be Otona no potato chips, adult potato chips, or Otona no bento, adult bento. It's nothing to do with 18 plus stuff. It's just the name. Right? Generally next to vending machines there is a recycling box. And we generally see what it is. So we have glass, cans, and plastic bottles. And you can see cans, plastic bottles, cans, plastic bottles. Now, I used to always make sure I put this into the plastic bottle one. One thing you sooner or later realize though is, it's all on the same in the end. There's no use. Why?
お疲れ様です。
These were a couple of little and big surprises that you might encounter when you come to Japan. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I'll see you soon for a future video. If you have subscribed, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button now, smash it hard, give us a like, and I'll catch you soon with another video from sunny Tokyo coming out to you. Thanks for checking us out. Bye!